What's the best piece of advice you've received?
Make work. You know, I mean, really, that's the funny thing is people bang their heads against the wall going like, gosh, no one's paying attention to me, what's going on? I'm like, well, you just need to keep working. You just have to keep doing it, even if no one's paying attention. Well, they're definitely not going to if you're not doing anything. You have to believe in doing it enough to continue with or without an audience. So it's just make stuff. With all of my work, I think about the relationship to audience. I mean, I live in New York and am as much an audience member as I am a creator, so, you know, I'm always thinking about being in the audience, what it is like to be an audience member. While it is participatory, also the audience doesn't necessarily have agency. We're sort of telling them where they're gonna go and all of that. So I wanted to kind of find a place in between fully participatory and fully passive. There is I would say slight audience antagonism in this, you know, where you sort of have to be okay with what we're going to have you experience. The idea of watching a performance now is this sort of singular vision most of the time, where, you know, there's a stage, we're all having this experience, as where our brains right now are so used to sort of clicking around, you know, and sort of a window happening, but here, you know, something over here, and you can just kind of click through. So that was one thing I was thinking about in terms of actually how would you translate that experience into a live experience, and that's by sort of actually moving the audience member from one thing, you know, so this like classical ballet piece, right into, you know, these two guys that have like a sort of hip-hop background. Another thing that, you know, in terms of working with the internet with this piece is that we all started with the dancers and myself scouring the internet for our favorite clips of movement. And, you know, what I think is so interesting about right now with the internet is that, you know, the platform, like you said, is the same for Beyonce as it is for a Beyonce fan. And the Beyonce fan can get as many views as Beyonce, you know, and can be just as engaging. And I mean, that's sort of the first time this has ever really happened, that there could be the same stage, basically. And so, you know, we were taking these little 3-second clips of movement and sort of translating them and, you know, breaking them down. So there's kind of references, but there was no real quotes. This summer I did a project in Rotterdam that involved sort of making these custom performances for audience members all over the world. So they could fill out an online survey. We had 5 minutes to read over their survey and create a performance that was live streamed. And so this is, you know, something I think is really interesting because I'm, you know, I totally believe in the live experience, but also I, you know, love living in the world that we live in right now.